You went too deep.
We all went too deep, dude. That was too deep.
All right, all right. I think I'm just gonna wait for my bar to like go green, cause it doesn't make sense that it's still fucking red as fuck for some reason. Ben, are you watching right now?
It's buffering.
It's buffering. Fuck.
Black screen now.
Okay, okay. So
Oh,
there's a
you're good.
delay.
Yeah. Just throw up the video, see if that works better. Minimize it, send it to Trey. Could be just video lag.
Video?
Video lag.
No, it shouldn't matter, cause like the connect that should be something to do with the connection. So, did you like did a world chat already or something?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's what happened. All right, send it to Trey. Fuck.
No pressure, Karma. No pressure.
Oh my god. I can't believe this is happening. Um, is it still buffering?
No, it's fine now.
It's fine now. Okay.
Yeah.
It, it's red as fuck. Like it
Pull up
says.
the video, see how it looks.
Yeah, yeah. It's up now. It's
Yeah,
paused at the moment.
Whoa!
All right. Are you ready for this?
I'm ready. Give me your times though.
Look at the podcast channel. You should have
Eight
the start
minutes.
time.
Got it.
Yeah. And then once you have that, no, not the link below. Just click on the link and just pause. And
Okay.
then go to the group chat in podcast stuff and just scroll all the way up. I have the links set up for, the places that we need to skip and shit.
Looks good, bloody.
All right, we're good. All right, so ladies and gents, this is episode 2 of Commentary Podcast. My name is Bloody Karma from Endgame.
Go ahead, Panda.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's your boy Illis Panda,
Get outta
level 60 Zerker, single and ready to mingle from Lionsgate.
Fuck out of here, dude.
Oh shit!
And I'm Benjamin from Endgame.
Right on. All right. So today we are looking at Landscape No War and shit. Apparently, this is the video title. I'm not making this up. Anyway, we're gonna be watching from the perspective of yesterday is today or something. Oh, fuck.
Duty and the booty.
Duty in the booty. There you go. As a fellow wizard, and we're gonna try to incorporate some class mechanic stuff into today's video as well. Hopefully, you enjoy this. And yeah, we ready to go?
Ready?
All
Wanna do a
right.
countdown for me?
Huh?
Wanna do a countdown for us?
Countdown. All right. 3, 2, 1. Life.
Welcome to Devon's playing all offensive team.
All right. So you see this fort placement? We're gonna pause real quick right here. At 59. So we got Lionsgate upper left. We got Marauders. You guys didn't fucking tag Decaf yet?
At this point, I don't think so, but
Wow.
I think I tagged it actually.
You tagged it?
Okay.
All right.
I think I tagged it. Yeah.
Okay, sorry. I thought I have this timestamp marked down because I thought Decaf is marked already. But all right, we can go. 3, 2, 1, go. So just an FYI, Noah literally just started as the maps went up, as the duty opened up the map. So like it's actually pretty efficient. Like first base is already tagged, and you guys, DGAF base is tagged now. So literally that's like what, 20 seconds in.
Yeah, not even. Did
Yeah.
you guys split up beforehand, bloody? Or Panda?
I did my own thing.
Wait,
You just got lucky then, huh?
So the call or how we scout is literally each group are pointed out for like each certain locations. Like they're in charge of that. So right, like how I scout personally, I just go on like one side and I do a full sweep, pretty much from like left to right or right to left, depending on the fort location and all that. So what I did was I went from south to our base. So basically, I found DGAF's base. I just hopped in, tagged it, and bounced out. And we already knew that a base was already built on this like location on top of the mountain, which is one of the most cancerous place to fight, because a lot of classes do rely on terrain a lot.
Mm-hmm.
such as wizards. So for this one, we really had to play it safe or play it logically.
Okay, so my question is, looks like your we were supposed to go and skip here, but we're gonna let it run while we talk about this. Looks like you guys have set the regroup point on the top of the hill while their base is downhill. Uh,
Again, you're meeting.
any particular reason why it's on this side and not the other? Because the other side is actually more flat.
All offensive group.
For this side, I don't honestly, I didn't like that call. I like fighting on the other side because of the flat land, like what you
Mm-hmm.
said.
Yeah.
But I believe for this side, what they were thinking is because there were two Ricos and one flame tower behind, and then next to a flame tower there was a supply depot.
Okay. Okay. All
So a
right.
lot more for the AOE's to hit.
Yeah. Yeah. So okay. So
I want to wait for a cannon
to a
to hit.
degree, like when we were fighting at this location, actually, fun fact, Endgame actually fought Lionsgate on this exact location
Like
a
in your
week
base,
later,
I'm ping it again
and
for you.
that was our thought process. As like, what you want to do is you want
So
if
we are
depends
playing at the
on
moment with
well,
DJM.
the basic idea is you
What's
want
this?
enemy to fight downhill because
You good?
downhill going downhill tend to give people more problems
Alright.
than going uphill.
I'm
So
pressing
when
S for
enemies
for
attacking
regroup.
you, if you can utilize like the terrain as like making an enemy to come downhill to attack your base, it tend to create a lot of I guess a lot of you'll give them harder time to rush into your base or engage your forces in general. Now,
Something to think about.
yeah,
Yeah.
but then what happened is you got to also
Wanna
consider
defense opposite
your
and
force's
offense
comparison to your enemy
get
force.
these back lines going.
So for example, a week later when we were fighting Lionsgate at this exact location, what we did not realize and what we learned that week was um, because our force is lesser
Okay.
numbers. So
So
when we push in like that,
might be
a lot of times we were doing the
so
engages.
right
We
here.
are the one that need to string them out and basically kind of thin their number out as they chase, and then pick them off one by one. So the engage back up motion actually screwed us on this particular terrain as well because our forces cannot dash backward and cannot kite them properly.
We have a
So
lot of dashies.
yeah, just in general, like take take your forces into consideration, what kind of class you have, and what kind of tactic you're using
So DJM,
against
make sure we don't cross
these
fire.
inland fights. All right. All right. So as we can see, we got horses charging on the left side barricade, which is good. And good to see you guys are using like
Just get area
horses
protection on
to
me.
open up more options
I'll tank it.
for your forces.
Just one person though.
Uh,
Right now, at this
oh
point, what
shoot.
I called is to like we don't have to go in. We can literally just keep on poking because we had about 5 to 8 rangers or somewhere there. Roughly five rangers, and we could literally just poke, including witches, wizards, and all the other mage classes.
Stay on this hill
We
for me.
don't need to fully go in
Let's get some heals there.
because once the let's say the barricade or once one of the recos go down,
Thank you, Buddha.
that's when we can go in
Mhm.
and then do a full push rather than
Which one?
kind of full push, kind of poke.
Yeah. Okay. Um. So for this
Count.
particular spawn, like Duty actually found out. Note this in the description as well later on in this particular video,
To do that.
saying that for this particular location, the town spawn is actually Florin, and give me a sec. Doo-doo.
Thank you.
Oh shoot, my bad. So like town spawn is actually a lot closer, and it will put you on the flatter side of the base rather than coming from you guys' base. You're gonna be on top of the hill.
Right, it's outside.
Yeah. Actually,
How many did you guys field this war?
For this one, I believe roughly 60.
Jesus Christ.
God. Oh, that
This
week,
was before the fatherless week, by the way.
the father this week, Ben. Apparently, according to um, Ryan and frick Ari, it was they had 67, not 50,
67.
and we had 27. I was just like,
Wow. Yeah, that's a proper Zerg, buddies.
Nah, no, no, it's all right. That's proper T2 gal right here. If you want to fight T2 Alliance, this is that's the numbers that you need, right? 50 minimum. It's go good. All right, so we can kind of see Martyr's base from here. What do you guys think?
So like right here, hold on. Let's pause at 7:20. Hold on. Where can we pause? Where we can see
Oh, I'm at
7:30.
seven
Go to
seven. I'm at 7:31.
yeah, go to 7:30. Right when he's casting PA.
Yeah. My God, it's blurry.
Right.
Can we go to actually like 7:15 ish
Okay,
Okay.
okay.
or like 7:16? Yeah, somewhere there.
All right,
So
sure.
like at this location, we don't need to fully commit. Like
Yeah.
same thing, same tactic as last time. A little bit more left from his perspective. We could just keep on poking down the Ricos, keep poking down supply depot because that's what's exposed right now, and that's my goal. I want to take down their supply depot and then the flame tower since it's right in front of it. And for right here, we do get a call to just keep going in, which is basically us funneling in, and then for the flame tower to just poop on us.
Hmm.
So plus the terrain, it messes our TPs, our Zerker engages, Musa engages, like those really do messes up. So we can play it again. You call it.
Yeah. Yeah, I see a
3,
supply depot next to a gate here.
2,
All right.
1, start. So it was called in the description of the video that he was in mics or in comms calling out his PAs. But one thing I do think would be a better idea is if the shot caller itself would group at least 15, 10 to 15 to receive the PA, especially especially like firing it off on uneven z-axis is kind of rough too. I'm not sure exactly how that works, but I feel like a lot of people would miss it.
It's a hit and miss. Like
Yeah.
literally, it's a hit and miss. So yeah, like and I don't know. Like I also noticed Duty is a very support type wizard. Like he
I
will
love him.
prioritize heal and Praara any support skills over his attack. Um, but anyway, yeah, like so that's another thing about having the enemy coming downhill. Like you screw with their support skill. There are times that heal won't even tick when the dude's standing right in front of you. It's fucked up. So yeah, don't fight downhill, guys, if you can.
Like for this fight, if we had let's say 10 mages, right, wizard witches,
Mm-hmm.
we could have ended this fight a lot faster.
You think
We
so?
yeah, we could have totally harassed the whole terrain
Well,
because
What's
right now,
your
go
what's
ahead.
your cannon situation look like?
The
This is early,
cannon
right?
situation,
For them
yeah,
to be
this is a
cooked.
little too early, but
But in
um,
terms of future reference, what's your cannon team look like? How many people? How effective? How many shots does it take for them to zero
okay, so
in?
the cannon team right now, I'm trying to change it a bit because I want my friend who's an ex barcode player or ex cannoneer for barcode to take charge of the cannoneers because at this point, our cannoneers, which have like two cannoneers and then the rest, there's six in total, two cannoneers and then the rest are peelers.
mm-hmm.
So that's a lot of resources going away just for cannoneers, and the fact that we don't have any pressure from them kind of like boggles my mind in a bit. So what I propose is to basically have one really good cannoneer and two good peelers.
Mm-hmm.
So one I can get some because one of them is a Valka and the other ones are witches too. So I want those PAs. Those PAs are basically my lifeline. I want those heals. I want those DPSs. For Lionsgate, we roughly have on a good day 5 to 10 witches and wizards, which is
So much more.
not good. It's not good in my opinion, because
Fuck you.
but we do have like half of our frontline offensive lineup are shield classes, including Valks, Warriors, and Zerkers. So that one's pretty good. But other than that, we're gonna have to keep going in. So I want backline damage as well.
So
we do-
let's talk about your uh, guild comp, right?
Yeah.
a lot of guilds are usually heavier slash light on certain roles slash classes. So what did you think that you're heavy or light on?
We're heavy on melee, on brawler melee classes such as
Warrior,
Zerker.
Zerker.
Right. Um, we're super light on backline damage, such as mages, wizards, witches, and rangers, if you consider them. Swords, we have a decent amount. We have a lot of Zoop Zoop classes, Mewas and Musas.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you guys have like what, three swing teams? Holy fuck, dude.
Three swing teams, dude.
Huh? The hell?
So how does the call go out for that? Swing team one, swing team two, swing team three.
Yeah. So, um, ideally, what I want is to combine swing, combine all offense, combine defense, and cannon. Those are the only teams I want because when you're splitting up comms, you're basically delaying communications already. Like it has to go through certain this, certain person, certain that. It has to pass through too many people rather than just saying, "All right, going in, Zerker ult ready," or Musa's or Zoop Zoop Assassin's classes flank on the backside, start pressuring south side. Other offensive sides push in from the north. That kind of thing. It's a lot easier
Mm-hmm.
rather than, all right, you're commanding for Zoop Zoop classes. You tell them this. You tell them that. It's the line
Chain
of
of command.
communication takes, yeah, exactly, a lot longer.
Yeah, but you're talking about in terms of cons, but like I mean, every gal still need at least minimum one party that's like a flex team. Like, if let's say defense is, under heavy fire, you're gonna need to, move that team to defense, or things gets light, defense team can handle it, then you move that team to offense or move that team
Because
to down
flex team is
flex,
pretty
right?
much, sorry, swing is pretty much flex team.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Like,
So
as like you, in terms of like comms, you can probably still mix them. Oh my god, he just fucking horse charged into a group of people. Anyway,
smalls deep, man. It's my boy.
yeah.
Duty in the booty, man.
All right, so it looks like Martyr still is trying to push towards you guys' base. DGAF. I mean, let me get this correctly. DGAF is actually on the other side of their base. Is that correct?
Yeah.
All right.
So what's happening on DGAF's side is that we actually sent our one of our swing teams to
Mhm.
keep pressure on them. Now, on for this war that just happened like a few hours ago,
Mhm.
Swing Team 3
Mhm.
took down or basically ripped Chivalry's base naked by
Okay.
themselves. They're the most geared Zoop Zoop classes in my guild,
Okay.
so they're very dependable. So they're handling DGAF right now. Um, the other Swing Team 2 and Swing Team 1 are just doing skirmishes around Martyr's fight and poking their um, siege weapons and siege stuff.
Yeah. All right.
And
So
then
you guys
and
have.
then
Okay. Yeah. So it's but like I have not. Do you know if your cannon team is operational at this point?
it should be. So
Should be
that's the
good.
thing what I was saying. We're
Mhm.
not I don't see any pressure. Ever since I joined this guild, I don't see any pressure from Cannon Team, and they
Mhm.
take a lot of resources from us.
Oh. I don't know,
So
man. I think
I
just
saw
me.
a cannonball fly. I don't know if you guys spotted that.
I did.
I had a little bit ahead of earlier, a little bit ahead of it just now. There was a cannonball flying while Duty was heading towards their base, and it was so off kilter, dude. So if it is a problem of zeroing in, how many resources do they pull from the main force slash swing team?
To Cannon side,
Two cannons, to assisting and cannons in terms of a shooter, a spotter, and defense of the cannons. How many people do they pull?
so we build two
Two cannon ops.
cannon, yeah. So
Observatories, by
we
the way.
have, thank you, sorry, two cannon observatories, two cannons, um, one spotter,
Mm-hmm.
and then three peelers.
One spotter, three peelers. Wow, that's pretty good. So you
Yeah,
do give them a lot of resources.
a lot. And the fact that I don't see that much, where's the flame?
Yeah.
Like where are the flame shots at? Like I don't. There's no
To be
pressure from
honest, like to be
like
fair,
I'm not BMing them or anything,
yeah,
but
yeah, to be fair, like you don't need flame shot if you're hitting. Like the flame
Yeah,
shot
if
is
you are
only
hitting, yeah.
for for those of you guys are in chat. Flame shot are literally, if you don't have a proper spotter, use flame shot to aim, and actual damaging the structure, use regular cannonball. And then the other situation you use flame shot is to deny rebuilds when your team cannot have a presence at their base for whatever reason it happens. You use flame shot to deny rebuilds. There's flame on the ground. They can put on buildings, man. So, like to be fair, like for all we know, because like Martyr's base is pretty much level at this point. Um, like it could be the cannon, like the regular cannonball work doing their magic.
Could be.
Yeah.
Could be.
Like
If you were on the front lines, how did you see that their base was melting? Was it by hand or by cannons?
by hand.
By hand. So you think that it was just a lot of the wow double sword ball right there?
Like we have a bunch of warriors. Like warriors, it's just that class. We have a bunch of them, and I just see them like going in balls deep all the time, which is cool.
Yeah.
I love that. Um, but since we lack the deep backline DPS, then we can't really sustain them. We can't really keep on doing the DPSs. So
Right.
right now the call was to just keep on pushing, and then if we're losing, pull back towards the hill. But right now we're just skirmishing, like we're not doing anything
I feel like you guys skirmish a lot when you guys are sieging this base.
because we lose communication. We're confused.
Okay.
That's
Mm-hmm.
what I mean by comms being like wanting them all together in one call.
Yeah, I think there's about two organized pushes, and like that's another thing I kind of want to point out. Like you guys can't really hear the comm right now because it's so low on stream. But what happened is I find like is there any particular reason that you guys don't assign the PAs? Like you guys will do what who has PA do it now, but rather than A B C, A you're number one, B number two, C is number three, and then you on backup whenever throw things down if it's needed, or whoever goes down you're next type of deal. Is there any particular reason that you didn't do that? I
So
guess.
for this one, they call it on comms. They call out who's got PA, who's ready.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if you guys saw him, but he did type that he got 30 seconds on his PA left, or yeah, 30 seconds on his PA, and he just did it. So for this one, we do call out for the PAs, but since we only have a handful of wizards and witches, when someone calls out for a heal, then someone will heal, and we're gonna lose offensive pressure. And then if someone calls out for PAs, because we do coordinate our PAs, it's just that it's not enough, meaning we don't have that much resources.
Yeah, I know 10 is still a lot. Fuck. Can you guys lend us 10? Hello.
What was that?
Can you guys lend us 10? We have what? We have 5.
Yeah, that'd be nice, man. If we got fucking 6 PAs, dude. Oh my god.
Yeah,
So
dude,
for
I'll
those of you
trade
that
you
don't
two
know,
warriors, and I'll take all of your wizards. Thanks,
yeah,
bye.
sounds good, dude.
Yeah. What?
So
That's not
for
what we're
those
looking
of you
for.
that don't know, PA is protected area is the abbreviation is what PA is the abbreviation for. It's a wizard witch spell exclusive only to those two classes that tags about 15 to 20. It's not clear as to exactly how much it is. I think it is 15 around that range. It gives you a lot of resistance and a lot of DR and damage reduction, which is what DR is short for. So it makes you virtually unkillable for about 8 seconds, depending on which class. Valks also have a PA, but it's a mini PA. It's a very quick cast, which is good because the normal Witch Whiz cast takes a long time. But the Valk PA is only 6 seconds, I believe, as opposed to the 8, which 2 seconds can buy you a lot of time, you know?
Yeah, and it's an instant cast, and I think like it's not as good, but it's something that you can use as backup. Like for example, when enemy sword balls in your line, if I can Valk PA instant, right?
Yeah.
And then you guys are good for duration of
Mm-hmm.
sword ball. Yeah, I see Duty is trying to buy a dual sizzle there. Anyway, so what?
These calls.
Oh, you guys hearing this?
I have the comms on.
Uh,
I'm trying to hear what's being called and how the group is moving in reaction to it. You guys are good at moving in reaction to calls, by the way.
Yeah, we do react like surprisingly well. It's just that are the calls good? Are the calls
Yeah,
like
yeah.
efficient?
So one thing I could point out is that, like Bloody mentioned before, pulling back up the hill is great. Okay. Reason is because when they push in, they're not pushing in as a unit; they're pushing in as a line, and that line will just meld into your ball, and then it'll just dissipate, right? But what would have been better is a rotation, right? You wrap around their base and start taking out the primary structures as you wrap, kind of like a moving unit, a ball that will just kind of circle around the entire base and just start chipping in at the inside, trapping them like rat, instead of back forth, back forth, back forth, right? Because that's one dimensional, you know.
mhm.
You're not restricted to forward back, forward back, forward back. You're restricted to 360 degrees of movement, so you can move the ball wherever the hell you want, as long as it's conducive to cracking their group, you know.
Yeah, it
Moving
makes
as a
sense.
ball on a node like this would be really great.
Like yeah, like this location is like definitely cancer to fight. I understand like what's my call it? Is DGAF is on the other side?
Yeah, they're
Okay.
giving us no pressure from our fort. Not like nothing compared like this.
How
Wait.
many people do
DGAF
you
on
have
the
on
other
defense?
side.
Oh, wait, one second. So for this one, mid fight, we ended up having an agreement with DF where they push on the flatland side, so towards north. Is that right?
Right.
Uh,
Well,
south
east.
side. They
Yeah,
We're gonna be on south side, and they're on north side, or other way around.
east. It looks like east to me.
Okay, so either way,
I
we're
was
gonna be
using that
splitting
connection.
our pressures. They're gonna be Martyrs is gonna be pressured from the other side, and then we're pressuring from the other side. So right now, um, I do question our communication with DGAF because we do hit crossfires with each other.
Mhm.
Yeah, and that's just inevitable.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sometimes it
it's hard.
happens. Yeah.
It
Yeah.
just happens.
Yeah.
A lot of the time, people will get personally offended because, oh, somebody you're in a ceasefire with hit you, but human error, and people get kind of jumpy in the middle of a node where they see red, they just start swinging.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And the important thing is top down. You got to tell them to either calm it down, or if it's a consistent issue, then kill on site. But from what I see, if your ceasefire is effective, a little collateral is fine here and there.
Look
Yeah,
at
it's
that
nothing
Mekit.
big.
Uh,
He's a hero.
yeah, right. Guys, Mekit wins wars. Please use Mekit. And he also had Breast's House of Bar! Oh, duty. Why are you such a hero? Like, this is very support type, eh?
He's the best supportive wizard. Love playing with this guy.
Alright, so it looks like you guys are essentially cleaning up martyrs right now. Um, oh, again, I don't know if I mentioned last episode, but I know you guys see the blizzard drop from a random witch and wizard from your from landscape side. Blizzard does true damage. So that means it actually does more damage against structures. So just like your lava pool, your poison pool from witch and wizards. So if you can, those are very effective towards structures. Throw those down if possible. Hey, look, I think that's our ex Geldy.
What's the armor situation on Blizzard? Is it naked?
Pretty sure it's either. I think it's frontal. Yeah, it's a frontal block, I believe. No, it's a super.
Super.
Yeah, it's a super. Yeah, and now it's so like it's still you're stationary, so you got to make sure that someone either it's not something that you can throw down when there's people like when there's enemy in front of you. So like it's something that after wipe you're burning the base or whatever structure you throw that down. It's a giant ass AOE too. Like you can more likely hit like freaking four structures at the same time. Very useful. Just an FYI. Now, another thing. Let's see. So technically, we can, as he's running back. Oh my god.
Oh, I want to point out something real quick.
Yeah, yeah, go for it.
So when your shot caller calls in for an engage,
Mhm.
for wizards and witches, a lot of DPSs ideally do tend to fall back a bit or feel defensive, feel the need that they have to go defensive because they are the squishy, and just because of other games such as League where you have to be at the far back doing damage. For this game, honestly, I like having the witches and wizards and Sorks diving in past the Zerkers and warriors, because you can always think about it as all their DPSs, all the squishies are always in the back line. They're gonna be thinking like new players where they have to stay at the back, keeping up the DPSs. So if we take those down, then they're gonna be out of DPSs, or maybe just even have warriors and zerkers and bogs.
Mhm.
Less resources, and it's a lot faster for us to take them down.
It's, to be honest, it depends on the build. Like I mean, there are
Case by
wizard
case.
and witches that are meant there. If they build like AP cannon, they need to be in our backline position. But then tankier wizard and witches, they're capable of diving, which is very much something that I play personally. And there are classes that are more suitable for diving backline. So for example, Sork is the primary example. Sork has a great kit for diving their backline, as well as DKs. Anyway, like
Would you consider 300 DPS tanky enough?
on a T2, 300 before 310, not really.
Well, 300 is good enough depending, right? Like, you don't want to just blow your possible PA and re lighthouse
Right. Yeah.
on one meatball, right? Because a lot of times one meatball isn't enough to one shot an entire enemy guild,
Hmm.
you know. And they've blowed their load, and then they're in their back line, and then a Zerker picks them up and holds them up like Simba, and then he dies instantly.
Yeah.
And you've
The
lost one of your
Simba.
resources,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Immediately for a good 30 seconds
Yeah.
minimum, you know. So
Yeah.
it's about resource management.
Like, yeah, and also I just want to point out, I don't understand how duty play without effects on. I will lose my shit.
I think he has effects on.
He has effects on.
Does he? There are times he just like I don't know what hits him, like, and there's no
Hmm.
effects on top of him. I'm just like, what happened?
What timestamp are you guys at?
Oh, I'm at 2806.
Yeah,
Same.
just checking.
Yeah, yeah. All right, so you can see decaf regrouping on the other side. Martyr's gonna go down very soon here. And just want to point out, keeping when Martyr goes down, more likely, I remember as Duty making back to Martyr's base, Martyr went down, and the switch onto decaf, and just keep that in mind here, and we'll talk about it in a second here. Where's my timestamps?
They are calling out high priority targets.
Yeah.
That's important.
Yeah. Oh, another thing that you guys did very well, to be honest, in this video is, well, in general, is how not just wizard and witches calling out their PAs in Gal chat, but like Zerkers, anyone just calling out their timers in Gal chat. Like, it's pretty impressive. Like, how, and I know, like, if your shackler was be able to keep track, okay, who's who, and which numbers stand for what resources he has on hand to utilize, like it's pretty impressive because you guys do have what 60 people or so to keep
For
track.
this one, more than 60.
Yeah, so like it's nice. We should do
It's
that
good
more.
attendance.
Yeah, right now we only do death timers in Gale chat, I think, but
Yeah,
everything else is on comms. But
mostly it's on
nothing wrong with
comms.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, either way. um so Martyr went down here. DGAF, as you can see, is in distance. DGAF are still in here. Now, what I want to point out is what happened with the switch, Panda.
With the switch,
Yeah.
it was to
Just
start grouping up at a certain location and then group push
no, no, wait, wait,
towards
okay,
the.
hang on one second. It's okay. I'm gonna note it's 30 12 that DGAF went down. and the call here was everyone regroup at base.
For this one,
Yeah, for
yeah.
this particular moment. Yeah.
So
All the way north.
yeah, a lot of for some reason our callers like using the fort as a group, uh, like where we gather, I guess, or where we group up for our next push, our next stuff to do.
Hmm.
In my opinion, I hate doing that because one, it gives it away the fort locations if they haven't found it yet. Two, in my opinion, it's unorganized because we can just get picked off.
Hmm.
So what I would have done ideally is, let's say like this one. I'm the one pinging this. This is my ping. I'd
Hmm.
rather go group up there rather than going back to the fourth and then go down that steep hill
Hmm.
and then go there.
So what we find, well, I personally find effective is the quick switch. Like, when it's like 10%, 20%, that switch it off. And because DGAF does have a sizable force on their side. You know what I mean? And like they're more than likely like, and DGAF are the majority of force as far as it seems on their base when Martyrs went down. Now, switching early is basically give you kind of like an upper hand on, positioning of your force. Number two is like, see, DGAF is already at your gate at the moment.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, you see what I mean? Now, in this particular war, it doesn't matter because you guys like
We outnumber
has
them.
yeah, you outnumber them by so hard. So, but then when you're fighting someone that's around your strength, um, things like this happen. Like if you regroup, if you regroup at your base, essentially you become the passive one in this conflict. And there are
Right.
times once you get passive, you cannot get out, and which is you cannot get out of that situation, which is exactly the case for a lot of smaller guilds. Um,
Like losing pressure.
yeah, exactly. You want to, and in during no war, it's all about where you dictate where you fight, where you dictate the fight is, and those collateral damage, and basically those collateral damage on the building eventually is gonna win you the game. Does that make sense? So,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
it's kind of arm wrestle on where you want the battle to be at. Now, so that was 30 something. So this is literally about 3 minutes later, 4 minutes. I knew you guys are about to hit their base. 4 minutes later, and then regroup on the base. Like to you guys, this particular no war, it doesn't really matter because your defense team can hold off the guys' offense, no problem. But normal guilds, this is crucial that it should not take 3 minutes to move on to the next target.
More than three.
Is it more than three now? Yeah,
More
it
than
is more than
three.
three now. Like, you gotta be fast. You got boom, 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 boom. 30 seconds. Like, you only thing in between should be your travel time. And travel time, unless you guys were really in a clutch, it should be under a minute or two. Like, two
Where
minutes way
yeah.
too long. But
Where
like,
is the closest place you would have regrouped besides their fort, buddy?
The Western Guard Camp, I think.
Western Guard Camp?
I think so.
Okay, what about you, bloody?
no, it wasn't Garpan. It's actually not on this note. It's one
No.
note
Okay.
over. Yeah, so like if you guys do town spawn, you would have gone to Florin, where you guys were at. So literally, it will be wiping after martyrs. It will be wiping the guys' remaining force and go directly to their base.
Mhm.
Like, cause you guys are at the edge of finishing regrouping cause you remember Duty just got back on top of the hill,
Yeah.
and when the martyrs base went down, so like, um, that would have been the shortest way. Like you guys already have sizable force there. It's almost ready to go, about 90% done, and then going back to the base is virtually the other way. and wiping decaf space will put them on timer. Like yeah, by the time they get there, you guys get here, they will spawn already. But at least you dictate the fight on their base rather than potentially like it doesn't matter for you guys at this moment, because you guys are superior strength to decaf. But if you guys have more equal strength, like potentially, you know, you're just giving up like kind of like the free shot. Does that make sense?
Yeah, we end up losing pressure once you fall back and then regroup and then push again
Oh
rather than
shit! It's a stomp Ellie.
just
Yeah,
push. Yeah.
that fucking alley hurts, dude.
um,
So Ellie's elephants. The way you get them is you do a guild quest, you gather seals, combat and life, and then you exchange them. Holy shit! It just half health duty. So then you exchange them to the guild contact in Valencia,
Hmm.
and then that will return for you a random elephant with random skills. Well, a T1 elephant with random skills. So the skills range from charge, tusk charge, and stomp, which is a fucking great AOE that will half health most players in the game, and it's spammable, right? And the elephant itself is tanky as hell, right? Unless you're on the back of it constantly, which is also you're in danger if it's a stomp pellet because it'll stomp you and then half health you. Beyond that, it's also the only way to really counter it would be elephant traps, which do a shit ton of damage to it.
Hmm.
So what we do is if we see an elephant incoming to the base, immediately the call is made to place as many elephant traps as possible down, which will chunk the elephant on impact as soon as it gets to our base. That way you take off a huge chunk of the health of the elephant before it ever looks at your base.
Yeah.
so at this point, I don't know if you guys saw, but Duty did spawn at the Guild Galley, which is
Hmm.
good.
Yeah, I
It's
was about
gonna
to point
be
out. Yeah.
on north side of the base, and then we also do have another flag on south side. So we have two
Oh
spawn
wow.
Yeah.
placements that we can spawn at.
Yeah, it just passed the 30-minute mark, so the flag went out. Like, it's good. Like, that's another thing. Like, if you guys, I mean, yeah, you guys already had the Galgali in place, I assume, before the No War started. So that means that, even if you guys wipe going directly from Mother's base to their base, potentially you will be close enough to spawn on Galley. And that would be, even before the flag is placed properly. But yeah.
Either way, the Guild Galley is fast enough where you can just move it.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Only way to fight a Gil Galley is honestly with another boat.
Yep.
So
Yeah, it doesn't look like DGI has the
there's their
resources
boat.
to deal with your boat at the moment. So let's talk about DGAF's base placement. What do you guys think?
It's not bad.
Um, I did notice there's two Rico on the back stacked on top of each other.
Yeah.
So the watch is already down at this moment. The watcher was in the middle of their base, which is interesting. The watch is being covered by both flame towers.
Hmm.
Hmm.
So general general rule of thumb when it comes to base placement of structures is you don't want to put it too close because like when cannon hits, you don't want to let it hit more than like three structure at the same time because cannon AOE is huge as fuck. So it's unrealistic to have a lot of time unrealistic to have a cannon not hit minimum of two structures, but you can definitely control it to not hit three. So you generally, like, it's a very common issue with most guilds. I understand, even understand it, understand this logic. A lot of times the terrains give you just it's a bitch sometimes. So there are times that it's unavoidable. Your structure will need to be somewhat close, but you kind of need to. So at this point, you kind of just need to prioritize. So for example, cannon absorbatory and flag of determination. These two particular structures are tanky as fuck. So you can actually put it in the buttfuck nowhere, like bumblefuck, and you know it wouldn't go down that easy. Now and then you can Rico. Also, the thing about Rico is, recovery center they are very fast to rebuild. So like I mean they are higher priority than these cannon and flag, but they are, yeah, they are important, but they're not as important as your flame your watch out, and then the supply depot. Supply depot is just probably the most important item on your list. So like you always want to have at least two C structure covering minimum two C structures covering your supply, and sometimes if you can do three, do three. So like it looks like the flame, like you can see at the back the two recovery center there is being covered by one flame, and yeah, like it's
Can we pause real quick at 39 12?
sure.
Tell me when you guys are there.
How the fuck are you so far back?
Yeah, dude.
And
Hold on.
like lagging.
Yeah, that's fine. It's like yeah,
39 12. You guys ready?
yeah, I'm here.
3, 2, 1. Okay, now I'm playing. So um, pause again at 39:15 right there. 39:15. So what happened was during that fight yesterday, Duty got low, right? So he C Block walked over to the right to pull aggro to get off aggro, and then walked back in, and then he always listens to support calls, right? So he immediately cast a lighthouse. And if you see in the back line, there is not the descending right next to the descending current ranger. There's another which I think doing lighthouse back. Let me play it. Yeah, there's two lighthouses going out at one time, so it's effectively enveloping your entire pushing force. But what I want to point out is that at 39:15, do you see the friendly Sork ball go through their entire base? That Sork ball goes unhindered and nobody goes in. Literally nobody went in, even though you're all full topped up by lighthouses. Actually, three lighthouses were overlapped.
Yeah, I'm actually
So
watching three people
yeah,
glow in the same time.
he
Yeah, it's fine.
instantly casted PA, but by that time it's too late, right? You can PA and walk with. This is what Gravity used to do. They'd engage through Sork balls. They'd huddle up inside of them and then just tank right through on top of the Sork ball, which Sork ball, by the way, is Sork's 100%. It's a vacuum which will suck people in to the center of the Sork ball and do damage in KD at the end, but you can't super out of it. Most people can't super out of it. You have to either iframe or V out. So it's huge, right? It basically reduces their numbers to zero
Hmm.
or one to five because they're all clumped up on one, and as you can serve up one meatball on top of them, and then they're done. They're done. But because everybody heard the call to back off and PA and heal, you just lost a huge wipe right there, and it's gone now. It's fine, right? But it that's just a huge missed opportunity. That's crazy.
Yeah, it happens, man. Like
It happens.
when you have like 60 people, like I don't think like they be able everyone be able to call out their ult before it happens, and before it could be
No,
some
it was
sork trying
called
to.
though.
Oh, was
Did
it?
you hear the comms? Yeah, it was called.
Oh, I have
It
it
was
very
called
low.
and it walked right through their base, and everybody stood there staring at. Like, I get it, right? Like, you need
It
to
happens.
prioritize
Yeah,
healing
yeah,
for the backline, but you can move with it and have a lighthouse train, for example, or a PA train and PA inside of the Sork ball.
yeah, yeah.
It's something that it's like a moving tank. Sometimes you need to prioritize those things and plan accordingly.
Mhm.
So now I'm at 40, 55. Hopefully you guys are there
What?
too.
You still playing?
Oh
Dude,
yeah,
I
yeah.
paused, man. All
Fuck
Oh,
right.
okay,
you.
okay. Well, run through from what was it? What time stamp are you guys
I'm
at?
at 39:24 right now.
39:24. Okay, 39:24. Then let's do a play by play, right? So that sort ball's already gone. It's gone and done.
Yep.
And then now a PA goes out and Duty's at like half HP and the line has broken. So everybody bled out, which was great. And then they push back in, which is good. You know,
Mhm.
you string them out, then crack back in because then their numbers have dwindled. It's not a cohesive ball anymore,
Yeah.
which is just that's just common micro. That's how things work. And
So
then they re-engage in full wipe pretty much mostly.
yep. It looks like DGAV is outnumbering you guys, or well, I can't really see what's behind Duty at the moment. But Duty is pretty front line. And never mind. I mean, I guess do have good numbers. It looks like basically you guys are just skirmishing and waiting for them to come, like just outside of flame tower range. And to be fair, like a PA, like that PA was not capitalized either, in my opinion. If you guys get another PA goes like out right here, you can wipe that group pretty easily. Oh, and as we said, there is the call. Nice.
I actually talked to a DGAF Mewa, and the call for them was to take down our flag. And he was like, "Dude, I can't take down your flag." I was like, "Why? You guys were basically putting too much pressure on us."
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So it
so
was
here's the thing. Generally, when you're dealing with a flag, you want to trade your base HP for it. You have to, like, because once the flag, general cases. Today, not the case. I'll explain why in a second here. Generally, you want to like basically pile on top of flag and make sure it goes down. Because once it goes down, the pressure gets released from your base, right? Most of the cases. Now, especially when two bases are so far apart. But then because today you guys have the galley right next to them as well, like, and their hands are tied. They literally their hands are nothing they can do about this. They can kamikaze your flag and take them out. You guys have the boat. How do you deal with boat? You have to fucking take your boat and take down enemy boat. But the problem being is right now, you have to deal with flag, you have to deal with the boat, and you're also dealing with force that is larger than what you have. So it's like they are dealing with a puzzle that is essentially unsolvable to a point at the moment. Is that the Maywa you're talking about?
yeah.
Those food buffs.
So the thing that I'm trying to implement something
Hmm.
new to Lionsgate is to actually start building barricades around the flag. Now for this one, the flag placement is it could be placed better, but it's good. I would place it somewhere else, kind of in the open, so you can. There's enough room to build barricades around it.
Hmm.
A lot of people don't really know that you can build barricades around it, so you
Well,
can.
the problem with barricades around flag is, if you think about it, when you're filling up, the barricade is going to take up a grid. You have a limited grid, so it means when you are building a base, generally you fill the grid to max. So I mean, oh, he's gathering rather than getting on his horse. Anyway, so like there are a lot of times like take this fight for example. You guys literally have no grid to put down barricades anymore. That's the
Yeah, for
problem.
this one it's full. I told them about the whole barricade thing, and they had to double check after this war.
Hmm. But like,
Yeah. It
yeah,
still takes up a grid at your base.
Yeah.
yeah.
You have to keep either you lose a barricade or you keep that grid naked,
So let's talk
which
about
you have to
how
think
many
about it.
barricades do we need to make barricade effective on a flag? Let's say minimum what, two, three?
Minimum three, I'd say.
Okay.
North, southeast.
Yeah, on a T2 actually that's not too bad.
And
So
then upgrade him.
that is three to
Oh,
four barricades, not a base. That's huge. It depends, right? It's a
Yeah,
case by case basis.
cause
So
T2 if you build on if you throw down two cannon absorber, I believe you can still have at least 11 barricades. So yeah,
mhm.
you'll go down to 8, which is not much you can use.
It depends on your base placement as well, which is if it has natural chokes, it doesn't matter
Mhm.
because you don't need barricades anymore
Mhm.
because they don't serve any purpose besides tanking damage
Yeah.
or funneling people.
All right.
And for most cases, a lot of people just ignore them.
Yeah. My
But what they did earlier was they horse charged down a couple of the iron barricades in the back, and that opened up a skirmish center.
Mhm.
So sometimes during these fights, there's two skirmishes, one in the back right and one in the very front of their base.
Yeah. I wonder if you can see me right now. I'm pretty sure I was sitting on the rock.
oh, you guys should be dead
Yeah,
by
yeah, yeah.
now.
Look, we're on the rock. There's a bunch of
Okay.
us standing on the
Oh,
rock. That's us. We're watching your guys' fight here too. It's pretty funny.
I know we killed a few of you guys.
Fuck
Good
you.
move.
Actually, no, you guys. I don't think you guys did. Well, at least
Oh,
not when I
okay.
was there.
Second push from Lionsgate. Holy
I,
shit, that's so many people.
Yeah,
I think we killed Gandorf.
oh,
Smooth move.
fucking Ganondorf today, man. Halfway through we're near Balanos today, and halfway through a no war, he's like killing fishers. Like what the fuck? It's
My
like
man, my Zerker. That's
I'm
how
just
we
like
gotta do it,
we're
man. That's
just
how we
like,
gotta do it.
wait, Ganon, what? Who are you killing? You know, why isn't there like a a notice what guild they're from? And then like you take a few seconds for us to click in, and we're like, wait a minute, you're killing fishers, aren't you? He's like, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, what the fuck?
So if you guys were in DGAF's position, what would you guys do?
They're doing the switch. They're too slow as well.
here's the thing,
Mm-hmm.
like they know where your base is, right? So this is a misplay by both sides. Both sides lost an opportunity to crack each side, right? So the natural reaction if you get pushed on is to either go to defense or base tank. And we're not sure. This is all conjecture, but if the full force of DGAF showed up at Lionsgate, what do you think the call would have been, Panda?
Uh, to keep pressure on DGF because we would know their numbers by now. They can only bring up to roughly 30 pushing towards us.
Mm-hmm.
And I know our defense can handle it. If anything, we'll send one or two swing teams back.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, that's the
Yeah,
thing
to be
too.
honest, that's Diga's best bet. I know they have some few. They have a few people at your gate as soon as Martyrs went down when you guys were heading out. But like, if they were more efficient, you guys shouldn't see them at the last push of Martyr's base. You know what I mean? Like, they would just be regrouping already.
Honestly, what I would have done in DGAF's position was to sync res. Don't take out your weapons, but just book it to the flag.
That's a really far away, but
Nah,
yeah,
like right now at this point, they know about your galley. They know about your flag. Like, it's a lost cause
yeah,
at this moment of the war.
yeah.
Like basically the time that they let you guys regroup in front of their base, that's a lost cause already.
So this has happened to us in a war before, not on this specific node, but in the Belenos territory where there's a lot of seafront.
Mhm.
We already had boats set up to take out guild galleys instantly as soon as the node war went live. So our offense force suffered a little bit because you have to take people to man the cannons and drive the boat, but we immediately take out their guild galley before it even becomes a factor in the war. Just a little bit of pre-planning can go a long way.
Yeah. Always. If
Could be that DGAF doesn't own any boats. That's
no,
also a
decaf
That
is
could
possibility.
that's
that
a factor as well. Yeah.
decaf been around for a long time. There's no way,
Yeah, they
dude.
got. Yeah. Oh, they took a flag out. Impressive.
Yeah. Like the like if you're building a node that is near water in any way, make sure like get familiar with yourself. Like okay, there are some waters that a Gelbo can get into. There's some water you can't. Most of the waters that around the nowhere area you can fit through galley. Um, so like you should in those nodes you should have your galley ready to go. Also just a quick thing that I noticed in the video that looks like they did have flag near your near base, but you know, so like, they are trying to do the same thing as you know what we're talking about. You know, maybe putting up pressure that you guys would turn around, but you know that's just not happening.
This is too little, too late, man.
No, no, no. They had the flag for a long time already. They just took it
That's what I'm
out.
saying. But right now, like their base is naked and they have a naked flag at their base. Like it's too little, too late.
Yeah, like it's too bad, man. Like DGAV is
Yeah.
trying to do the same thing, the right thing or
Yeah.
the right call, but it's nothing they can do about it at this point. Panda, if you so why was DGAV um allied with you guys with martyrs and not the other way around?
Honestly, I really don't know. I really don't know.
It's what like do you think between martyr and you guys, do you think martyr causes threat?
Um,
1v1?
on a 1v1, no. I
No?
don't see them as a threat.
Okay. Now,
No offense.
no, 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 it's fine. It makes sense. You know, it's just track records, right? Now,
And plus,
Oh,
oh,
that
sorry,
ranger,
good.
yo, just to send a kerning from that rock. What a boss.
right? So my point being is, why did DGAF decide ally with you guys rather than martyrs? Actually, you know, back up a little. Why between martyrs and DGAF? Do you think which guy was stronger for you?
Martyrs.
Martyrs. Okay. So what? So when you take a 1v1, generally you're under a condition that I think we can take them 1v1, right? And that's what kind of boggles me here as like why did they get ally with you? Because consider the ranking of power here in this particular node. It's you, martyrs, and DGAP supposedly. under the, well, okay, so that's the end of
One, two,
nowhere, by the
three.
way.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the end of nowhere, by the way. So we can keep talking. Now, give me a sec here. What, dude? My horse stopped autopathing the whole time.
That's fucking life skillers, dude. Goddamn.
Anyway, so
So are you wondering if Martyrs and DGF could 2v1 us?
yeah,
Um, Ideally that would be a good tactic for them, but I think they got threatened because we found their base super early.
martyrs.
I don't, are you sure you think that's the reason?
I mean, all right, what else?
Think
Let's
about
see.
placement.
That's true. Placements is a big thing. Like, I guess because Lionsgate has always been going for this node a lot. Like, this is like their home node. I should not be saying that, but fuck it, right? Come to our node. Let's go. For they're super
Fractal drops
comfortable.
next week.
Dude, I'll fight them, dude.
Okay,
They
okay,
they're confident in the terrain. They're already used to it.
that's fine.
So that could be like a big thing. And we do know like that is a super common base placement for other guilds, and we already know how to play around it. Like I think this is like my second node or with this guild, and I already know that they're super confident
Hmm.
for this node especially.
Yeah, well, I'm just looking at like,
What do you think, Ben?
yeah. What do you think?
Wrong, 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 wrong. Ep2. Fail. They're in the middle.
In the middle.
They're in the middle of the
That's
node
why
war.
they goes down first.
That's why they 2v1.
Hmm?
You don't ever place in the middle of a node war unless you're the biggest dick. That's it. That's just a fact.
Wait,
The
so
reason
you're
siege
trying to
guilds
say that DGAF went for them is because it's easier to get to them?
because it's right in the smack that middle of the node. It was scouted early. They have a clear line. Go right up to the mountains and you're on the flattest area of martyrs. It's the
Mm-hmm.
low hanging fruit. So they're always going to go for that. That's just a fact.
Mm-hmm.
The reason why that's wrong, yes, you can't take the 1v1, but the reason why that is right is because they're in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
You put yourself the most distance in between them and you hopefully can tank their numbers versus your numbers with longer res timers now at about, let's say, back when they died was what, 30 minutes, 35 minutes?
30, 30.
Yeah. So that's the reason. That's the only correct reasoning for going for martyrs first. That's the
Mm-hmm.
only reason.
Yeah,
Beyond
but
that,
that's
it's a
why
wrong call.
you think that's the route they were taking. You
Yeah,
know, maybe
yeah.
they
They
can.
see it first. It's a low hanging fruit.
Mhm.
This guild is closest to us. They're on the other side. Their other guild is all the way in buttfuck Egypt. We'll take out this one first. And
Yeah,
we'll play. We'll
and
handle that.
then you deal with a longer, the further one with timers.
Right.
Okay.
Timers, flag placement, cannons, etc., etc. Things that will give you more of a strategic advantage as opposed to just brute force. We're right next to him. Let's hit him. Something like that.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Makes sense. Panda, what do you think? Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, that could definitely be it
Yeah,
for sure.
they just misjudged the strength, I say.
They probably just didn't know how strong you guys were because they
Hmm.
were on the other side. Like, here's
Like
the
hard
thing
to
about
judge.
macro. You need to be in everywhere. You need to have eyes everywhere. You have to have ears everywhere, and you have to have people everywhere. What the correct play would have been done would be to scout your base, count them, then have a moose flip around on the south side, flip to the north side, and see how many you have. Then do a quick math, and then we count, and we see, okay, they're the strongest. We'll ally with these guys, or ceasefire with these guys, and then we'll take out the bigger dick. That's
Yo,
just, huh?
do you think? Remember last time? When first time we DT2, remember what we did to martyrs?
Yeah,
Dude, I think that strat would work here.
honestly, yeah. Honestly, yeah.
And
It's like,
I just picture martyrs being not again. The fuck.
damn it. So we fought martyrs against
Chivalry.
ITC? No, chivalry. That's
Yeah, it
right.
was
Chivalry and
chivalry. This
martyrs.
was, I think, actually a week before this.
Yeah, yeah. 1 week exactly before, because then we held, and then they fought this node too. So we fought on a similar situation. 3 nodes,
We're the
big dick in
smallest
the middle.
potato.
We're the smallest potato. We had about 36, 37 that node war, buddy, around
Do
there.
we?
Yeah, we didn't have.
No, we weren't in high 30s that back then, dude.
Mm, I'd have to say 35. I think we had a good turnout that day.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, we had 35. And with defense, see, this the reason why is because we pulled a lot off defense too, remember? Because we were in
Mhm.
Buffalo Egypt.
Yeah.
So we had about 35 people, right? So after scouting and having Macro make the call, we decided to cease fire with martyrs and go on chivalry.
No, 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 no. For at the beginning was we gonna martyrs in dead center, chivalry's on
Yeah.
the butt fuck nowhere the
Oh
other
yeah,
side.
that's right. That's
And then we went for martyrs first
yeah, yeah,
because
yeah,
we're like, okay, we're unsure about chivalry. We know martyrs is strong, so we're gonna go with martyrs.
yeah.
But then halfway through, we're like, oh shit, chivalry has like
A lot of people.
they brought out their cousins, their neighbor, the fucking dogs. Like, dude, they're everywhere, dude. Where it's just like, okay, we can't do this. Like, we can't do 1v1 chivalry. So what happened was we had to midway through. It was like, okay, but then the problem is we can't do fight against martyrs 1v1 at their full strength either. We are the smallest potato on that note. So we literally, what happened was Taka was the macro of that fight, by the way. So we essentially leveled Martyr's base, and 'cause Martyr's base is also, they're very close. They're a lot closer to Chivalry than to us.
They were at
So
Wizard's Chapel, if you guys know that node.
yeah, so we level Martyr's base, but then half, they only have a tower left. And I think it was like, it's still pretty high. It was like 80% or whatever. And then we turned. We told Martyrs like, yeah, we're turning. So we turned and then we fought Chivalry. So Martyrs has choices of rebuild and fight with us, right? Because coming to our fighting us at that node, the distance will be suicide with how close they are to Chivalry. So they have no choice but try to rebuild and help us take out Chivalry because they're not really in a position to bargain anymore at that point. So or that they can just say fuck off, we're gonna rebuild our base, which they were trying to do.
Which they did.
To be fair, they did try to do,
Yeah,
but
they did that.
we left our camp. We didn't put any physical presence of our people on foot at their base. But what we did is we had cannon team kind of semi keeping an eye, controlling their rebuilds, as
Mhm.
like we make sure it's not a full base, but we make sure enough is something that we dealt with. So they'll be like, you know, randomly lob a flame cannon there, so they just prolong their shit. Now, eventually they did send forces to Chivalry, but not too much. Most of the, I believe, they were still trying strangling to rebuild the rest of the time. And two of us kind of like took down Chivalry, which is the biggest dig on the note that day. And then we turn around and they couldn't fight us at full strength because they don't have their full base, and we've wiped down martyrs at the end of that note war. And to be honest, like that might be DGAF's best chance in this particular one for them, but it's one of those things, right? Chivalry was salty though at the end.
They were confused, dude.
They
Never
were
happened to
very
them before.
confused. Yeah,
Huh? What? Wait, what?
I feel bad. I do feel bad. Not gonna lie.
Feel bad.
Yeah, but only way to deal approach the puzzles when you're the smallest potato on the know, right? Yeah.
I mean, technically, Taco's language was not was very gray area.
Was he?
Ceasefire. That's what he said.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, ceasefire. And then we just started firing. We ceased to cease. The
Uh,
thing is, like,
Duo Bassi.
oh, the
you
thing
do realize
is,
we're on stream, right? Everyone go snipe, please.
Hey man, maybe. Oh shit, you're
the
right.
thing is,
What the
cut, cut, cut it.
It's
when it
alright.
comes to
My
nodes
my
like
internet
this,
apparently is fucking potato. I'm hovering between yellow and red, so I think people are
okay,
like
probably,
buffering all over the place.
yeah.
What the?
Thing is, on a node like that, you have to play your hand as best as you can.
Mm-hmm.
And in a case like that, that's not playing your best hand. Just it's just a fact, you know.
Yeah,
You have to play your best hand. That's
yeah.
just
It's a tough war for DGF and Martyrs for sure. Too bad. Oh, okay. So anything else to add? You know.
feels good.
That's pretty much it.
Let's wrap it up, boys.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Uh. Duty dude. You gotta cycle through more of your super armor, man. Come on. I'm
Oh,
watching you like bunny hopping through stuff. Talk to me,
Me?
dude. No. Duty. He's doing the double tap W through like in the middle of everyone. I'm just like, ugh, that's dangerous. But yeah, cycle through a super armor, wizards and witches. You know, try not to leave space in between, because that's one time you die. Anyway, all right. So I think that'll be it. I think we should bring like beers next time we do this.
oh, dude, way ahead of you.
AFK.
Are you taking shots right now?
Not quite.
All right. What? Okay. What is Panda's catchphrase? What's the word that he says the most?
Never
Uh,
gotta get me over.
AFK.
No. Doing podcast. Like, I think
I'm a level 60 Zerk and I'm ready to fuck or what? Like,
that's not.
is that it?
That
Still
happens
ready to
like
mingle.
twice.
Oh fuck.
Trying to find like a catchphrase for you, like the phrase that you use a lot, and then Ben just take a shot every single fucking time.
I just say, what's up, guys? It's your boy Illis
Oh
Panda.
yeah, that's the shot. That's the beginning and the end, dude.
Yep, beginning and the end. Let's
Two
go.
shots. Two shots. Anyway, all right. So if that's, I think that's it for today. That's what, like 30 minutes? Sorry, an hour.
Yeah.
That's pretty tight.
Nice and clean.
Yeah, I am.
I mean, if you, yep, yep.
No. What? No. If we're not.
No, we'll talk about it after.
Let's
Oh,
wrap it up, boys.
all right. So thanks for tuning in, and sorry about my upload speed today. I have no idea what's happening. For those of you guys, and hopefully, well, you can turn around and watch the recording later, I guess. And my channel is Bloody Karma 35, Twitch.com. Well, sorry, Twitch.tv, Bloody Karma 35. YouTube channel is SRS Karma. Look up the recording there. No word, and no word, commentaries.
Yo, my
Um,
Instagram is Illis Panda. Goodbye, guys.
No way. Really?
no, he's not.
Yeah, it is.
Is it really?
Capital P.
Yeah, I'm looking it up right now. No, we'll deal with this later. Anyways, I am Bloody Karma playing game.
Illis Panda from Zerker from Lionsgate.
Oh, smooth. And I'm Benjamin, GM of Endgame.
All right, you guys have a good one. I'll catch you guys next week around the same time, 11:30 p.m. EST. Have a good one,
Thanks,
guys.
buddy.